Hi everyone. Today is Wednesday, or here in Tasmania anyway, and it's in the group Ask Me Anything questions. So this question was asked today. This person is wondering whether others deal with a healing crisis as they're expanding, as they're adding extra activities or extra exercises on their healing journey. So I just wanted to address this question. First of all, with any kind of recovery programs or processes that you're using, language is so important, the language that we're using. So the first one that the participant mentions is healing crisis. Does anyone go through a healing crisis as they're adding capacity, I'm thinking, to their progress? So number one, I would change that language. I certainly haven't ever experienced a healing crisis in any of my recovery processes that I've used. I rarely see it with anyone. I've been doing this for 14 years now. I rarely see anybody, if ever. I just can't even actually remember somebody going through a healing crisis as they're progressing on their recovery. Now, we want to change that language. The main reason why we want to change that language is because use the word healing crisis, say the word healing crisis, there's a fair bit of negative, scary energy that comes along with that. So the brain's going to immediately say, uh-oh, this person's in danger, alert, alert. They're going to put the signals on, and the symptoms will kick in, right? So we want to change the language wherever we can. The other language that was used in the question was work. When I'm adding work, this word work comes up with a lot of negative connotations and stress for the brain. So wherever you can, try not to use the word work also. And, see what you can change that to, like progressing, increasing, what's another word? I can't think of anything else at the moment, but anything else that you can think of instead of using those two words, healing crisis, shift that to something else more conducive to healing, rather than the scary language and the scary feelings that would be producing in the body and in the brain. And using things like I increase capacity, kindly, gently. Use the gentle words, use the soft words, use the kind words as much as you can. I love that the question ends with self-compassion, and so that's an awesome part of any of the work that you're doing, is adding self-compassion wherever you can. And I guess instead of healing crisis, and instead of work, and instead of this language of my what's happening in my body, is getting really curious about it. I wonder why my body's doing this when I increase capacity, when I add something extra. I wonder why my body's doing that. That's really interesting, because not everybody's body's doing that, you see. So you want the curiosity to be really about yourself, about what's happening to you, your thinking, your self-dialogue, what's happening in your body. So this person, their question, she's obviously, her brain is very visual. So she describes this as the deck chairs are being rearranged. That's what it feels like in her body. So when you're a very visual person and you see things very visually, your brain's giving you messages that are very visual, you can use visual to change that. So for example, this one, it feels like the deck chairs are being rearranged. You could visualize those deck chairs, and you could take charge in where you want those deck chairs to be. You take charge and arrange them the way you want to arrange them. And you could maybe add to those deck chairs, add some color to them, add cushions to them, add maybe some music to it, whatever you can, so that your brain sees that rearranging of those deck chairs different, in a more positive way than in a fearful, scary way. So I hope this helps to answer this question. I hope it's a little bit clearer. It's a bit hard to answer questions when there's lots of parts and pieces to it that I don't know. So I don't know what's happening in this person's body, what she means when she says her body's being rearranged. I am not sure what she means by the healing crisis, what's actually happening there. So it's difficult to answer it fully, but that's the best I can do. So if there's anything more that you want to know about, anything like that, about changing language, about using visuals to address visual imaging that you are getting, just let me know and keep asking me questions. I'm always happy to answer them, and I will talk to you soon.